Hi folks, Speedway Tag here with another review. I wanted to do a review of, once again, a game that doesn't seem to have been reviewed at all on YouTube or anywhere else. One of our favorites, one called Everdark. It's you can buy it at the Game Crafters website still, even though it came out way back in, I guess 2015, 2016. We love this game. It's for 2 to 4 players, but it plays really great with two. So, and especially when you're sitting at a restaurant or at a park bench or something, takes very little space to play, which is what we really like. This is the theme here. Is you are on the way to the Great Regional Festival, but you have to get through Everdark Forest first, and the path you take will be representative of the cards that you end up with at the end of a round. Basically, the way the game goes, well, first of all, have a look at these beautiful cards. There's the fox and the guardian and the fawn and the doe, squirrel, the merchant's cart, a mighty buck and a fairy, peasants, mushrooms, a merchant, a thief, a nobleman, a priest, and these awesome looking negative cards, which are the wolves. Also, we get our quick reference guides here. Very simple idea in terms of how to play this game. This whole deck will get shuffled up. Everybody will get 3 cards, and you're ready to go. If you're playing 2 players, you're going to get rid of 2 of the wolf cards, and the rest of them will be in the deck. Okay, three cards to each player. So I'm just going to have them face up here, but you'll be hiding them from your opponent, of course. Deck goes in the middle, like that. And then you're ready to go. On your turn, you're going to draw a card from the deck. And then you are either going to play one, if it's one that you can play down for, and that stays permanently in front of you, or you are just going to discard one. So it's basically draw one from the deck, play one down, or discard one, which means you're always going to have 3 cards in your hand at all times. And you just keep doing this until the deck runs out, and that's the end of the round. And the person who has the highest valued 3 card hand at the end of the round wins the round. Now, as you can see on these cards, they've got values at the top. And if it was as simple as just counting those values at the top, adding them up, and whoever's got the high score wins the round, that would be pretty boring. So that's not really the way it goes. What happens here is various combinations of cards give you point bonuses and so on. So for example, if you look at the quick reference guide there, have a look at the buck, the doe, and the fawn. If you end up with the 3 deers in your hand, the points above each card will be doubled. Or the fox and the squirrel there, as you can see. If you end up with the fox and the squirrel in your hand at the end of the round, you'll get, or any combination of those 3, say 2 squirrels and a fox, or 2 foxes and a squirrel, you get a point bonus. Let's see another one here. Okay, the nobleman. If you have the nobleman in your hand as well as some peasants, it's going to give bonus points to the peasants. And you'll see on the peasant card here, I've got one here. It says if you have all peasants in your hand at the end of the round, your total points are doubled. And as that suggests over here, the nobleman will also help that as well. The merchant and his cart, if you can collect both of those, it'll double the score. And so this is great because you just keep you've got lots of options in terms of changing your strategy and your plan as the deck keeps moving, because as your opponent and you keep taking cards from that deck, you might be left with that very interesting decision of, well, okay, let's say I've been going to try and get the 3 deers in my hand, but now I don't think I'm going to be able to get that. I can switch, and now that I've picked up a merchant, I might push my luck and get rid of the deers, and hopefully I'll pick up the merchant's cart. That might be a better way for me to get points. Or I might, now that I've picked up a fox and I've got a squirrel, maybe I'll forego my plans to do nobleman and peasant, and I'll go for foxes and squirrels instead. And that's a really nice push your luck aspect to the game. It's also, as I said, it means that you're never really out of it. It's you can switch strategies mid round quite easily. I think the point scoring and these combos of the various cards are very thematic. They make a lot of sense with the characters. And then I've got to mention some of these cards are actually, like I said at the start, played down in front of you, particularly these wolves. Let's say I picked up a wolf. And what that says is that discard this wolf in front of any player, and then that player has to deal with 5 negative points. So if I wanted to play this wolf, I play it in front of my opponent there, and they are now -5 unless they find a way to deal with that wolf. And there are ways to deal with the wolf. You'll see the fairy there says if a wolf is in play, use this fairy to move the wolf to another player's area. So you can get rid of the wolf that way. Or at the end of the game, have a look at what the priest says. You can sacrifice your priest to eliminate multiple wolves. Also, a guardian is in the deck somewhere, and the guardian there says you use this to slay wolves or block wolf attacks. So if I drew the guardian from the deck, I put him face down in front of me, and nobody can pass me a wolf. And that's very handy as well. So there's a nice balance in terms of how to deal with the negative cards, the wolves. And then you just continue like this. You're drawing a card, playing one down or discarding it until you end up at the end of the round with the deck finished. And then you count up your scores, total up your bonuses, and away you go for another round. This sounds simple, but once you get into it, you'll realize how much fun it is to try and make those combos work in your small hand of just 3 cards. And yeah, great artwork, very underrated game. Not much talk about this one. It's been years, I guess, since it first came out, but you can still get it. So I would recommend you check out Everdark. See you later.